Hello, everyone. I'm Braun Mithra. I'm joined again by Jay Richter. Hello, Jay.
I'm not going to steal Aluminum's intro this time.
You're not gonna lift it.
No,
You're gonna do
that can
your
be
own.
his thing. That can be his thing. Hi, we're doing the other half of GenCon today.
Good job. Yes, we're doing the other part. So yes, we divided this into two parts, mostly because the first thing we're going to talk about is probably going to be the entire video.
More or less.
Yeah, so we're going to talk about Survivors of Death 1, Indomitable Survivor Ledla.
Who is basically hard plastic small drummer.
Yes. And then Great. No, yeah, Great Bat Hunters, or
Golden
Golden Bat Hunter. Yeah,
Golden
Golden
Bat
Bat Hunter. I keep getting confused with Great Game Hunters, but it's Golden Bat Hunter.
Well, there's also big bats on the inverted mountain, so
Yeah. Foltron.
it's not
She's
Voltron. They're bats, not lions.
And she is the beta release. Um, there was other things. We'll just mention it here. Well, I'll mention it here as well. But there are other things that go up on the shop. But again, I'll mention them because we didn't mention them last time, so I will mention them this time. There was also the dice, the Golden Bat dice. I mentioned them in the vlog. You can see them. And there's the Squire dice are technically already for sale, but they're very cool too. And then there was a Millennium Butcher shirt.
Yep. Butcher shirt.
Yep.
There was the Biomech Butcher.
Biomech Butcher, yep. And then there was also a
Scale Echoes Paladin.
yes, Painter Scale Echoes Paladin, which yep. So those are the things will also go up at the end of August. I don't know exactly when it will go up. I think this is one of those weird ones where the last day of the month is technically a Saturday, so maybe it will go up on Friday, but it'll probably go up on Saturday. But all this stuff you will go up. I know because I got comments from the other video real quick to say yes, this stuff will go up. It's been it'd be uncharacteristic for them not to put the post Gen Con sale to be exactly the same stuff that was listed at Gen Con. It would be very uncharacteristic. So
It did last year anyway. It was all the same.
yeah, it's always been the same. Even when they had Gigaline and stuff like that the first time, and Echoes 10th anniversary. So all right, so let's talk about Survivors of Death 1.
Which is more or less the Echoes, the sequel.
Yeah, I don't know who they all are. They're not all generics.
Yeah, they are.
No, the Frog Dog one's definitely not.
That's Azure Knight.
Is that supposed to be Azure Knight? Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so the other three are. I did know that. I just didn't know who the Frog Dog one was. Okay.
It's Azure Knight.
So it is pretty much just another Echoes. However, this is like all over the place.
Oh yeah, it's a bunch of different mechanics from all over, mostly the GCE, and then also a strain fighting art.
Yeah, but even the systems, like this is just not even most. I wouldn't even say mostly the GCE. Like 25% of it is Frog Dog. So.
Well, it doesn't require Frog Dog.
Yeah, it's an IR Frog Dog resource.
Oh right, you're right. You're right.
Yeah, this is like all over the place. It's lots of stuff. As Jay said, it's an Echoes, it's a knowledge, it's character cards, it's seed patterns, it's indomitable resources. So, unlike Echoes, it's not all the same system. Like this requires Frog Dog and requires Gambler's Chest. Not all of it though. Two of the seed patterns you can use without Gambler's Chest, but yeah, this is a hefty thing. So, to begin with, we'll start with the 4 characters that are included. So first we have
I'm just assuming basically everything is going to have character cards going forward.
yeah.
A lot of stuff has character cards these days.
I mean, not everything, but the big boxes, I agree. Because obviously, Indomitable resources, or the Indomitable survivors don't have them.
This one does.
No, but I'm talking about the regular old white boxes.
Yes.
Ledla doesn't have it, and like Lenore and all those other ones, Zell.
Right.
So yes, you're probably right about the big collection of 4 minis. We'll probably have them, or just the the $60 white boxes. So in this one we get 4.
Two
We
abilities,
have
2 impairments. No legendaries, but that's fine because there's 2 other legendaries to see last video.
yes. I mean, one of these is kind of like a legendary, but we'll talk about that. So natural healer is the first one. At the start of your act, you may fully heal 1 hit location, including heavy injury levels and armor points. Limit once per showdown.
And that one goes with the Hospitalar, who's wearing bullfrog armor.
Yes. This is,
Solid.
yeah, it's quite good.
I wouldn't say it's overpowered, but it's solid.
Yeah, no, this is quite good. This is a lot of cheating death here. Because I mean, not all the time, but most of the time, you're probably going to save this till you've filled in your head injury, and then probably refresh that one because that's the one where you're going to die 40% of the time.
Yeah.
So
Or maybe the chest because you get hit in the chest a lot. But yeah.
yeah, but so this is really good. This is like deceivingly like because you'd think healing only one location, but since you get to choose and it's not random, it's pretty good. Especially like I said because
the legs would be lame.
yeah. So because it's not random, it's actually better than it sounds. So this was really good, and the fact that you can draw this multiple characters, you can have this on multiple survivors.
Of course, yeah, and it doesn't take a legendary slot, which is always nice.
Well, still, yeah, this doesn't take up one of your legendary slots, but still, as either way, you can't have duplicates of cards in the deck, so all cards are equally common to be drawn, whether they're legendary or an impairment or an ability.
Yeah.
So once you create your deck, it's all the same likelihood. Next, we have Impetuous. This is an impairment. On arrival, suffer frenzy brain trauma. Limit once per lantern year. This is good, depending on who you get this on.
Oh yes, if you're on like a lanternist or something.
Early game, it sucks, but later, since you get this at birth, usually, there's other. You get a character card whenever you're named, so you could re-get your character name tricksily and get another character card. But assuming you get this at birth, you'll use the survivor. You'll build them, and you'll know what you're going to do with them.
Yeah.
And then suffering frenzy might not even be bad. So,
depending, yeah.
As far as impairments go, this isn't a bad one. Since your deck needs to compromise, I guess we should clarify that your deck needs to have 4 impairment cards in it.
Yes, always 4.
Yes.
So it's better than like on arrival getting 4 bleeding tokens or something silly.
Yeah, I think one of the worst ones is like unlucky. That's like that one's like a really bad one.
Like you cannot crit or something like that.
I think it's just like -2 luck.
Jeez.
So
yeah,
this is better than that.
Yeah.
Next, we have the.
I was with Azure Knight, if anyone was wondering.
Yeah. So it's Hospitalar, Azure Knight, Sniper. No, Investment Sniper.
There's only one sniper. It's just she gets called different things sometimes.
Yeah, and then the third one is the Dancer, right? The fourth
Dancer.
one, I mean. Yeah. Which is the one we'll talk about now.
The Unfettered is Bullet Dancer.
Yeah.
It is also an impairment. It's you cannot depart while wearing heavy gear or gear with printed armor point value that is higher than 2.
Depending on who you're using. If you're using Frog Dog, this gets worse.
Well, sure, but you rawhide.
Yeah.
Rawhide all day.
Rawhide all day, yeah. So it's interesting that it says printed armor value. I really like that it says that. Because, as we saw yesterday with the... or last video, I should say, with the hybrid armor sets give your armor value increases. So like say you got the dance, what is it called? Yeah, dancer armor, right? Which is rawhide and stuff. That changes the armor value to 5, but that's not the printed armor value. So
Yes.
hybrid sets you could still have this work with, which is neat. So I like the fact that it says
Like
printed
a
armor
one
value.
armor shield, it was fine.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. Bunch of accessories.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's whatever. The last one is the versatile, which is the snipers. Which is at the end of your attack, if you are standing, spend 1 survival to activate a weapon in your gear grid that you have not activated this round. Limit once per the showdown.
So this one's nuts.
Very solid.
Yeah, this is the one that probably could have been a legendary.
Maybe it's once per showdown.
Still, it's a free attack. Because you could surge 3 times. Or, so you could attack 3 times in a round.
Yeah.
Because it says spend 1 survival to activate a weapon in your gear grid that you have not activated this round. Right?
This is just activate, so it's not even only an attack. If a weapon has an activation that is not an attack, you can still use it.
Correct.
Like a shield for blocking or whatnot.
Correct. Or you could just be using paired weapons and activate the other one.
Yes, that true.
So this is kind of crazy. That's why I said this could be a legendary. If you use paired, if you're using a paired attack survivor, what is it? Verminism.
Oh, Verminism.
Yeah, you put this on someone who's Verminism. This is insane.
Verminism and like the Fortune Lantern daggers for tons and tons of reroll tokens. Yeah.
Yeah, or the cleaver, because you're going to pair cleavers for cleaver proficiency. So.
Well, you're going to pair some cleavers, not the one in this video.
That's true. So the character cards are pretty good. See, the nice thing about getting bulk character cards like this, this allows you to, because the rules for the character card creation, character deck creation, are you get to choose what you're putting in there. So having more character cards, getting them in bulk like this, and getting them of different types, 2 impairments and 2 abilities, means you can actually customize the deck more. So just the fact that it has 4 character cards is nice. It's a great bonus. Character cards, whether they're good or bad, are always going to be a nice bonus when you get them in bulk. And 4 is a pretty good number. So, next, this is the most interesting of all of them. Everything in this box, I think this is the most interesting because we have not seen this yet. So let's talk about the knowledge card.
Yes, so this is a CC unlock knowledge. It's 16 CC is the milestone, which is the same as like a Node 2.
Yes, Node 2 monster knowledge is 16.
Yes, and you can only have 1 collective cognition reward on an amount, so you would have to replace your Node 2 with this.
Correct.
Which
Or
might be worth, depending, however.
Or use a Node 2 that doesn't have one.
Yes.
Which is what this is great for right now.
Yeah, if you're using Spidicules.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be using Spidicules, personally.
Well, I mean, you could use any Node 2 that doesn't have it. So
yeah, Spidey or Flower Knight, which will get knowledges come COD, but for now, yeah.
Yeah, or one that you just don't see that's going to be very. It's nice to have the option, right? Because same thing with the CC, same thing with as a character deck with the CC deck. When you're putting that together, you choose. It's not at random.
If you don't like the knowledge for whatever monster you're using, you can use a different one.
Yeah, and like the Acanthus one for Antelope is nice, but not as good as this.
Especially because I think, Acanthus one's the Resident Evil one, but it's fine.
It's fine, yeah.
This is Freeform Dancer, which is actually, it's the first, quote, Echoes, unquote, that's wearing an armor set from a non-released monster. Because she's wearing Megamorph armor, interestingly.
Yes, I think so. She is. Looks like she is.
Yeah,
we don't actually know. Anyway. It looks like it, yeah.
But yeah, it's Freeform Dancer. which is when a monster attacks you with a ranged attack, roll 1d10 on a 6+, ignore one hit.
Rank 1.
Pardon?
This is the level 1 you're talking.
Yes, this is rank 1, obviously.
Yeah.
Or rather, it makes sense to start at level 1. But yeah. Observation, when you are targeted by a ranged attack, gain +1 observation. And at 3 observations, advanced freeform dancer 2, which is an annoying level up thing.
It's interesting.
It's easier with Smog Singers.
It's easier with Smog Singers, where you'd probably want to use the Smog Singer knowledge, but this, if you're not using Smog Singer knowledge and you're replacing it and you're using this and you're using... you can get this done with Manhunter.
Yeah, Manhunter, Smog Singer, Tyrant, technically speaking.
I don't know.
Well, it is. All of his attacks
are ranged. All his are ranged, yeah. Some of them aren't, though.
Playing with arcs in Stars without Starbound.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's kind of annoying to level up if you're not using Smog Singers. But not awful, it's only 3.
Well, you can still use Smog Singers, just replace their knowledge with this one.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If you're not using Smog Singers, it's annoying to get.
Mm-hmm.
And then the second
Croc has a ranged. He has 2 cards.
Oh, true. That's true. But yeah, the second one, Freeform Dancer 2, is when a monster attacks you with a ranged attack, ignore 1 hit. Period. There's no rolling or anything.
No rolling, yep.
Which is quite good.
Mm-hmm.
Especially against Smog Singers, because of their whole shtick.
Yep.
And then observation, when you ignore a hit at all, that can be via fencing, that can be block, deflect, ripple pattern, anything. Gain an observation, and then was that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7?
Yep. It's not too hard.
7 observations.
It's not.
No, to ignore hits 7 times, it's easy.
Yeah.
You dodge 7 times. That's one fight.
No, dodge is canceling.
Aren't they the same thing anymore?
No, they're not.
Yeah.
Ignoring a hit means it doesn't proc. Canceling a hit means you actually have to roll the hit location, and it procs after. It could proc like after hit and stuff. Ignoring the hit means it doesn't proc at all. So they're not. Yeah, but yeah. Anyway, good con.
Advanced Freeform Dancer 3. When a monster attacks you with a ranged or synchronic attack, ignore 1 hit. That one's really good.
Mm-hmm. Because this one changes to or synchronic attack.
Yeah.
Now that is much more likely.
A lot of, I think every GCE monster has synchronics, and probably Frog Dog and Black Knight.
Yes, I was about to say every Wave 4 or every Kickstarter 2 monster has it. Downside
solid.
Is no Kickstarter 1 monsters have it.
Correct. I mean, Kingsman has them in all but name.
Well, I mean, that's what matters. None of them have it, so it's worth noting.
Yes. Which is annoying, but it still has, well, almost none of them have ranged attacks either, so yeah. Use this in People the Dreamkeeper.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you'll use this with arcs, so... yeah. I mean, this is... If you're using a Node 2 original Kickstarter 1, you're not going to have knowledges anyway, so this is still a bonus. Until COD, so I think this is still good. Even if you're replacing the monster level 2. Kind of sucks, but it's understandable. I was kind of hoping this wouldn't be direct replacement for something that already has a CC number, but I guess it's understandable for balance-wise, I guess.
I imagine pretty much the slots that we've gotten with GCE will be the slots moving forward.
Well...
For milestones.
Yeah. I expect Pariah to have a Node 1, because Butcher didn't get one for some reason. I also expect Red Witches to get one, because Atlas didn't get one for some reason. And I'm saying that because Black Knight got one, but Hand didn't in the... So...
Yeah, that is weird.
Yeah, so I do expect that we'll get more in the future. But you're right, yes. I think the numbers that we get will be the numbers where these things, they'll also slot into there.
Yeah. Alternatively, that might just be a relic from when Black Knight used to be a weird quarry thing, but who knows?
Maybe. Because it was, like Flower Knight, maybe? I don't know. I think it was always a hand replacement. I don't know. Either way, I still think COD will probably give us a Butcher one, just because of we're getting Ancient Butcher and stuff. So I think we'll probably see a Butcher. I think we'll see a Nemesis Node 1 number, and I think we'll see a Nemesis Node 2 number.
Likely. But yeah.
Still, so much more to cover.
Oh, God.
So much more to cover, and this is still, everything we're talking about still echoes of Death 1.
Survivors of Death 1.
Survivors of Death 1, yeah. We'll let you know when we switch. It's still going to be a while.
Next up is the Strain fighting art.
Correct. So we'll do the Strain first.
Yes. The Incidental Learning Strain. Milestone condition, a survivor with the Hyperactive Disorder and the Rhythm Chaser fighting art deals the killing blow against a level 3+ monster. That's not hard at all.
No, especially because Rhythm Chaser you can tutor. You can get it from drums.
Yeah, it's super easy to tutor.
Yeah, the thing that sucks is it's not secret fighting art, so kind of harder to do with arcs, because who wants to ever vaultless? But this is good. I like the fact that this one's doable, and it doesn't... as long as you just keep it in mind when you gain hyperactive, you can probably do it.
And then the fighting art's worth it, too.
Yes.
Which is Agility Fighter. On arrival, gain +1 evasion token if you have a sword or a dagger in your gear grid. When you attack with a sword or a dagger, add your evasion, not tokens, just your evasion, to your strength for that attack. That's really good.
Yep. This is probably going to be like a standard 3 or 4 permanent attack.
Oh, yeah. Like, because you're getting frickin'... I guess that applies to evasion from gear, too.
Yeah, I mean, what you do is you get Rhythm Chaser with this, or you use Rhythm Chaser to get this, and then hopefully you put this on someone who doesn't have Rhythm Chaser, because then on arrival you're getting an evasion token, but then you don't have to worry about if you're knocked down, you lose all your evasion tokens.
Yes.
So, this is just more dagger and more sword buffing.
The most blessed weapon types.
Yeah.
Thankfully, nowadays, every single weapon is a sword and a dagger. Very cool.
Yeah. So this is crazy. I like this. This is really good.
I mean, strength is fine. If it was luck, it'd be stupid, right? But because it's strength, it's pretty balanced.
No, I mean this is just good. But even if this didn't have the add your evasion to your strength, even if it was just on arrival, gain an evasion for having a sword or dagger.
Yeah, you know what? Fair enough.
Yeah, so.
But not good one balanced. It's better than like Skull Lord or whatever that one is. Giant Blood.
Yeah, so this is just good. These two things are just good. All right, still talking about Survivors of Death. This box is thick. Not as thick as Aya, but... So next we have Sundering Crossbow. This is from the Sniper. This is the Sniper stuff. This one's so interesting. Let me read the seed here.
Yes, go ahead.
So this is just seed. This is an Air 1 seed. So 2 Endeavors, 1 Iron, a Broken Lantern, which would... Perfect Organ, and a Bone. So, not too bad. Like, you only need a bone, pretty much the bone from anything because it's Air 1. So this is the only one, a survivor that took a long walk while scrap scavenging this lantern year. So,
might be the longest requirement.
Yeah, it's not super hard to get, but it's kind of hard to get when you think about it, right? You're probably going to have 8 to 10 endeavors per year by the time you actually want to make this realistically, right? You're probably going to have 8 to 10.
If you're playing like an ARCS campaign, yeah.
Or even, even if I was saying like by the time you want to make, you probably, even in a non-ARCS, you're probably going to have, we'll say between 6 to 7 with Tinkerers, right? Because you're going to have 4 returning survivors, then you're going to have cooking, and you're probably going to have collective toil.
Right.
So the thing you need to remember when you do this is this costs 2 endeavors. So you need to trigger this long walk, which I think is on a 9+, the long walk, before wasting all your endeavors. So this actually costs, this is probably, realistically, probably going to cost like 5 or 6 endeavors, because you're probably not going to get a 9+ your first roll. I mean, some people might, but realistically, what, three rolls? So it's probably going to cost 5 endeavors, which is quite a bit.
Yeah, I mean, it might be worth it.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe. But so it's a deceptive cost, is what I was saying. So,
Yeah.
other than that, I think this is cost pretty well for what it actually is. We're just going to read the other things here because this is super interesting. These 2 things are down here. We don't have hours to talk about lore, but these 2 things down here are crazy. You listen as they recount their meeting with a sleeping god at the end of a trail of corpses. That is a reference to Cyclops Night, I think.
Probably. Cyclops Knight was taking a nap.
Yeah. Because he's at the end of Trail of Corpses. Yes. And then shape the unlit lantern they brought along their walk into a weapon to kill Faith.
And that is the concept of faith. There's nothing like in the lore called faith.
Yeah. It's the whole concept.
This is a different kind of 3 a.m. design.
This is crazy. Alright, so now let's talk about the actual weapon. But that's crazy. I just wanted to read that because that lore is intense.
But then we have the Sundering Crossbow, which is a seed weapon ranged crossbow, which is a new weapon type that Aya can add to everything.
Mm-hmm.
And metal. It's not a bow, so you can't use ammo with it. Which is
That's correct. It means you also can't use proficiency with it.
Correct. But that wouldn't really super help the mastery anyway. But, you know. I mean, the regular proficiency would help a lot, like the specialization. But anyway.
Well, gain deadly too.
Yeah, true.
And you get to reroll miss, because it's a 1 speed. The bow thing would be great for this.
True. But yeah, it's 1 speed, 5 plus accuracy, 7 strength, which isn't awful. It's kind of low for the point at which you'll be making it, but and then it's load, which is a new thing, range 5, and slow. And blue left, blue down, 2 puzzles, blue puzzles. This gains +3 luck when attempting to wound a parry or super dense hit location, so it's designed to meme on Flower Knight.
Yeah, or Dung Beetle Knight.
Or TPK.
Any of the knights, or Croc. Croc has parries and super dense, so...
Yeah, all of his coagulateds are super dense and level 2+.
Yeah. I think...
My god has a bunch of super dense.
Yeah. So...
All I can think of.
Not super great. I mean, I don't think this is super great. I think this is okay. Oh, we'll talk about load real quick. So load's a gear special rule. This gear must be loaded before it can be used. So it starts unloaded. Then you need to spend an activation to place a prep token on the gear if it doesn't already have one. So you can't like knock multiple arrows.
Stack.
So you can only do it and then survivors must spend both an activation and a prep token to activate this gear. But as it is, you can't knock multiple arrows or bolts.
It's pretty solid. But yeah, not like crossbow's okay.
I think it's okay. I think this is okay. I think this is very, very, very hyper-specific. Next, we have Bully Hammer. Bully Hammer is the indomitable resource for Frog Dog. Just means that it just means you must have Frog Dog pretty much to make this. There's no way of making this without Frog Dog because it's an indomitable resource.
This is Hospital R's. It's very good. It's kind of blunt, but it's very good.
Oh yeah, this is like the most straightforward but so good thing. So yeah, this is not a Bullfrog Dog thing. This is just regular indomitable resource Frog Dog. So you can get this from killing a level 3. You'll also get it for killing Bullfrog Dogs, but you do not
need the Tuskworks to craft it. So
yeah, you do need the Tuskworks to do it, but you don't need to have killed the Bullfrog Dog to get it. Is what I meant.
You get the actual resource correct.
Yeah, so you could get the pattern, and then go kill the Bullfrog Dog, and then make it.
Yep.
Which is good. I mean, you could get it from killing the Bullfrog Dog too, because it's just indomitable. But it's crazy here. This is perfect copper scrap bone, so lots of perfect stuff. And then you get the Bully Hammer, which is just the resource itself, then 2 copper, a perfect tide, and an organ. This is like extremely cheap for bullfrog dog stuff.
Yeah, you don't even actually need to hunt frog dogs to
No.
get copper. You can just do that whenever.
Mm-hmm.
It's very easy to make. You need the tuskworks, which means you have to have killed a bullfrog dog to craft this, which makes sense.
Yeah.
It's a bullfrog dog weapon at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Which is the bully hammer, which is weapon, melee, club, copper, metal, heavy, red up, red right, 2 speed, 10 plus accuracy. We'll get to it. 8 strength, onslaught, which means I think if every attack connects, then you double your wound attempt total.
Yes.
And then when a successful wound attempt total, when a successful wound attempt total with this is greater than or equal to a monster's toughness, add 1 armor to all hit locations. Now, you slap
twice
this
the
on.
monster's toughness.
Yes, equal to twice the monster's toughness. My bad. Now you slap this on some bullfrog dog armor.
Yeah.
And club master.
Mm-hmm.
Or, yeah, it goes hard.
Yeah, I don't even think you really need bullfrog dog. I mean, you'll probably be using bullfrog dog armor because this needs tuskworks to make. But this might be something you might even wear with lantern. I've thought about because you get the +2 accuracy and stuff.
True.
And
bullfrog dog armor, or I think maybe it's the heavy lantern that reduces speed, which would be good for this.
Yep. So you can trigger onslaught more.
Exactly. Like personally, the best use case is to put it on bullfrog dog armor, or at least the most straightforward good use case.
Yeah, or the Aya's lantern stuff.
Yeah.
And then with Club Master, so you're doubling your wound attempts, so you're always triggering the +1.
Yes.
Because Aya's lantern armor is ridiculous. It's like 10 armor, so
yeah.
You don't need the bullfrog dog armor, I don't think. I think this is good enough. This is crazy.
Yeah, like lantern, and then I would also do a Cyclops ledger so it gets razor sharp.
Oh yeah, you could do that. Yeah.
Because lantern armor gives it sharp. So yeah.
I think this is
solid.
This is very good.
We like it.
Yeah.
It's because the bullfrog dog weapon suite is pretty meh. The shield is really good, and the club is okay, but the club is just this without the armor effect.
I can't remember. I haven't looked at it because I haven't played a whole bunch with it, but this is good.
Club,
Bully hammer, I like it.
It's better. It's good club.
Yeah. So that is Survivors of Death 1. We're finally done talking about it.
It's only taken 40 minutes.
Yeah. So let's talk about Survivors of Death 1. I think it has a steep requirement to buy in.
Yes.
Because you need Frog Dog and you need Gambler's Chest.
I wouldn't buy it if you don't have Frog Dog and GCE.
That's what yes, I agree. However,
maybe if you have GCE and not Frog Dog, it'd be okay. I wouldn't buy it with just Frog Dog.
Yeah. However, I think it's probably I think that is the best thing that GenCon released at.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
No contest.
Yeah. So, or not, yeah.
They're great minis, too. They're really great minis.
Yeah. So, if you're thinking about picking up some stuff for the GenCon sale, it's a lot, all right? Like, all the stuff that we talked about, because remember, that's like a 60 USD, Aya's 60 USD, Glow is 60 USD, plus, you're talking a lot of money, right? You're talking like 250, 300 just from the GenCon releases, but if you only had to get one, I would totally get Survivors of Death if you have the buy-in. If you don't have the buy-in, I would get Aya. So
yes.
I think those two are really strong. I think the GenCon releases have been really strong. So let's talk about Ledla now.
Yes, Indomitable Survivor Smog Drummer Ledla.
Yes.
This one you definitely need GCE for.
Yeah, it's like Titus. That's what I was about to say. This is another like Titus where you literally can't even use it without GCE because this is Smog Singers. Smog Singers already have a bunch of IR resources.
Is it a bunch, or it's like 2 that give you patterns and 1 that's useless?
Yeah, I thought they had 4.
Do they?
Let me go look.
Yeah, you're right. Curse hammer, sax, and the accordion.
Yeah, so this is the 5th one. This is like you're reaching the peak of what you want that deck to be.
We're getting to like Crimson Croc levels.
Yeah, you don't want to go much higher than 5. I don't think you ever want to go past 5. Because then you're just
considering one of them is a dead draw.
I mean, a lot of them will be a dead draw, right? And how many level 3 smogs are you hunting?
2 or 3.
Yeah. So, this is just keep that in mind that you're pushing. This puts you at 5 now for IRs. So the IR itself is a perfect hide. It's pompous face, which looks amazing. When you gain this, gain the thumping timpani. Timpani, yeah. Pattern. And then it's like
he is surprisingly punchable. I will agree with it.
Yeah, this is like the easiest thing to make. So then the pattern itself uses that resource, and then just 3 fluted severed heads, which
I think is a 3 of.
It's a 2 of, I think.
Is it 2?
I think it's a 2 of. But the fluted severed heads they're not used for anything. They're only used for the hat. No, I think they're used for one thing.
I think it's like a weapon, maybe.
Yeah. So the of all the resources you could have picked to have a high quantity of needed to craft with, that's a good one because those are the ones you're probably gonna have laying around.
Yeah, they're skulls, I think.
Yeah.
It's like the only notable quality of those.
So
They're so solid.
Yeah, the gear itself. Go ahead.
Okay. The thumping timpani is an item flesh gross, instrument noisy with red up and red down. On arrival, gain +5 survival. When you encourage a survivor, they gain 1 guilt token. If they have 3+ guilt tokens, they gain 1 attribute token of your choice instead. Okay.
Yep. This is really good.
Yeah.
Judging that, like, when you're not fighting Smog, the guilt tokens mean nothing.
And there's ways to knock yourself down.
Yes. There's also things you can do with tokens, like having lanternism and stuff. So just feeding death tokens to people is good.
Yes.
Because you could spend them, right? Because they're guilt tokens. I guess if they become guilt tokens, then they have to be put on that special card. But either way, outside of actually playing Smog Singers, this is good because the guilt tokens don't have a downside to them. They don't do anything. It's just a way for you to get an attribute token of your choice.
Especially if you have someone with the that one gourmandist.
Yes, I was about to get the but you can change or you can make one of your tokens permanent.
Yes.
Yes.
So you give them a movement token.
Movement token.
Movement forever.
Correct. This is really good. Especially if you're killing Smog and you're using Smog in your campaign, you probably have hit song, which is just encourage everybody when you attack. So really good.
That's true. It counts. Mm-hmm. It counts for anything that doesn't hurt.
Really
it's
good.
Really good to slap on Earl armor from Black Knight, which does encourage stuff.
Yeah. So this is really good.
Yeah. I don't know if it's the best Smog Dog IR or at Smog Dog.
Smog Dog?
Smog Dog. It's Glorman too.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's the best Smog Singers because Curse Hammer's really good.
Oh yeah. But if you happen to draw this and you happen into it,
I'm not going to be angry at it.
Especially if you already have hit song, right?
Yes.
This is good, and especially like I said, because the guild tokens don't mean anything outside of a Smog fight. So very good. So that was Smog Drummer. Well, actually, it was
Indomitable Survivor Smog Drummer. Ledla.
Yes.
These names are awful. It just keeps getting worse.
So next we have, finally, is Foltron.
Least, great golden bat hunter Foltron beta.
Correct. So again, she came two beta cards. She comes with.
Yes, kind
of. They're both cleavers. One's the serrated cleaver, and one's the gilded.
Yeah, and they're both saws as well.
Yes. So let's talk about how you make these first, because it's pretty straightforward. But the first one, the serrated one, is 2 perfect bone, 1 scrap, and then 3 resources from a node 3 level 1 plus monster.
So any node 3 monster.
Yeah, so just 3 resources from a node 3 monster. And then the
that's
second
any
one.
resources that can be organs, hides, bones, any combination.
Yeah, you just need resources from a node 3 monster. Just the level 1 plus in there is great.
Yes. Well, thank you.
Then for the second one, you just use the other one. You use the regular serrated cleaver and 2 endeavors. Or you can use a scrap instead of 2 endeavors, I guess.
I mean, if you're doing a lot of mineral gathering,
Yeah.
a lot of extra broken lanterns lying around.
So first up, the serrated great cleaver is a weapon melee saw grand cleaver bone. This thing's got all the keywords.
Got all the keywords. I can't wait till we get saw specialization.
Yeah. So it's a 1 speed, 5 plus, 7 strength. It's savage. So that's good. It helps with the saw, because the saw is you spend a movement for the rest of the round. Your attacks with this weapon gain +2 luck. It's also grand. So a grand saw is really good, especially a savage grand saw, because you're going to want to be critting with your grand build, so it knocks the monster down.
Shit down.
Yeah. So this is really good.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. There's no affinity requirements for. I would have felt like there should be an affinity requirement on Savage, maybe.
Maybe, but yeah. I mean, this is still really good. So.
Oh, it's great. It's fantastic.
And it's cleaver. So.
Yes.
Next we have the Gilded Great Cleaver, which is weapon melee saw grand cleaver gold bone. Gold getting thrown in there.
Second thing that we have gold. If we just get 7 more, you can do gold for that one deck.
Obsession.
This
is 1 speed, 5 plus accuracy, 9 strength. So it gains 2 strength. And then it gains deadly. And then during the aftermath, the gold fades. Replace this with a serrated great cleaver.
Because Poots was playing some Majora's Mask.
Yeah, this is interesting that it goes back down.
I guess the idea is that you buff it with some extra stuff you have lying around.
Yeah, extra effort, maximum effort, because it takes 2 endeavors to buff it.
Maximum effort.
Or you just use a scrap. But yeah, I don't even know. I don't know why you wouldn't do it.
No, of course not. You would always do it. Always hard.
You would always do that. So
just spend 1 endeavor at the weapon crafter for a scrap.
Yeah, hopefully,
but probably.
Yeah. So you would just always do this. It's like taking a whetstone in Monster Hunter, right?
Yeah. Or like I said, it's like the Razor Sword in Legend of Zelda: Majora's Mask. A temporary boost. Yeah.
So you would just always do this once you had it. So I think it's really cool. It's a very neat idea, neat concept. Replace it with a serrated cleaver.
Yes, it's a good concept for a future monster, which is the Golden Bat, which is coming eventually, probably with Ringtail in 12 years.
Coming soon.
No, it's not even coming soon. It's just coming, DM.
Soon, TM, yeah.
No, there's no soon.
There's no soon, yeah, okay. But, I think this is actually neat. I think this probably is fine just being the way it is if this were to just turn into a white box.
Yeah. No, yeah. Like I said, I would probably, for the serrated one, and maybe even the gilded one, put Savage and maybe Deadly in an affinity requirement.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, I look at it kind of like a rib blade. It's just slow. Yeah. Make it just slow. But for balance-wise...
Bro, it's not slow, that is true.
No, I'm saying instead of making it an affinity lock, just make it slow.
Yeah. It's also not two-handed. Interesting.
Yeah. It's cleaver time.
True. Yeah. You know what? True. I'm gonna make 2 of these.
I wish they were paired, but you can't.
Oh, you just ambidextrous.
Yeah. All right. So that's it for the GenCon releases.
That's all of Gen Con.
So thank you so much for joining me, Jay.
Thank you as always for having me.